Hey everyone, Tin Man here, and I'm playing in a tournament hosted by Underlords Pro. And so sometimes with the case with tournaments, you don't always have a full lobby of 8 players, so I'm gonna see how this game with just 6 players in the lobby kind of works out. I don't really think there's too many differences in terms of like the dynamics of how long the games are gonna go, or what compositions are good, or what strategies of like gold management. I don't really think there's much of a difference between 8, 7, 6-player lobbies. Maybe something would change a little bit if you got really small. You could start like doing a bit more like targeted scouting. But with just a 6-player lobby, that's still enough that there's going to be a good spread. Alright, I'm going to pick up, I guess, Hood of Defiance here. I think that's a great item in the current meta. And I also started with Venomancer, who is my pick for the best early game unit right now. Savages in particular are quite strong, as are Warlocks going into the mid game. Warlocks synergies are very strong, and Venomancer is just my top pick for an early unit. I'm going to pick up, I guess, Morphling here. If Knights were in a bit better spot, I would definitely be tempted to buy Luna Batrider, but Knights, they're a little bit lower tier, I think, than Savages in the early game, and even going into late game, I kind of like Savages and Warlocks a bit better. This lobby is pretty stacked, though. I'm at rank 187, it's pretty small there, but there's Furmans, who's rank 17, there's Octopus and Essence right below me in the low 200s, and I don't know what V is ranked, but regardless, you can see this lobby is very strong. A lot of these tournaments have very strong players in them, and they're far from pushovers. Even if it's going to be a smaller lobby, it'll be a tough fight to try to get first out of this. Okay, so we're definitely going to pick up Tusk Double Razor here, and get that Savage bonus right off the bat. I think I want Chainmail on Tusk because he has more health total than Morphling, so that means the armor gives him more effective health. And we kind of want Morphling to cast quickly, because that'll be his big value, is to get that AoE effect. Against the creeps it really doesn't matter, but against player, it'll be more important to get that off quickly more than the Walrus Punch. And if you have Chainmail, it actually reduces your mana gain slightly because you're taking less damage. I'd rather have Morphling take a bit more damage, get his cast off quickly, go from there. So I've actually been moving up on Brooch of the Martyr, not necessarily for the debuff resistance, but for the mana gain. For a lot of the reasons just was talking about the mana gain on Morphling, it becomes even a lot more important later in the game with other units that are like very ultimate dependent. Tidehunter is one of the strongest units still in the meta, even after the slight nerf to the 4-cost good stuff build. Tidehunter is still quite a big force in the meta. So we're gonna shade slightly off to this right-hand side here, so that hopefully if our opponents are like both in the middle, maybe Razor's a little bit further away, but they're actually off to this side, so yeah, it's fine. Razor tanking initial damage is okay. He'll get his cast off pretty quick. He got Walrus punched into the air, and he's taking a while to fall back down. This is a funny little visual bug that sometimes happens with Tusk's Walrus Punch. Nothing really happens. Nothing's like wrong with that. It's just a funny little visual glitch. Okay, so we did win, so we get the bonus gold, and we can pick up the double Timber Saw here. I'm not a huge fan of Timber Saw, but you know, a 2-star Timber Saw would be great at any point. Not a lot here. I mean, Enchantress goes with the Savage theme, and I mean double Abaddon, but we don't have Knights really, and that's a big gold investment. Picking up 3-cost units in the early game, like the really early game, I mean rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, is a little bit sketchy, because if you want to play them, that's 3 gold that you're not contributing towards interest. And when you have like, when your net worth is 20, 30, something in that range, then missing out on 3 gold is really substantial. I mean, that's 10% of your total gold pool that is invested in a single solitary unit, and oftentimes like a single 3-cost unit is just going to be weaker than a 2-star version of a 1-cost unit, or something along those lines, and so that's a better use of your gold. I guess I could have bought something at the end of the round, but matter. We're going to sit here on 10 gold of interest. We would have needed to sell it off anyway. Probably would have picked up the Phantom Assassin, who's moved up slightly in my estimation in this patch, where the Assassins are now, whenever they crit, they apply a healing debuff, where on a crit the target is wounded for 3 seconds, and they reduce the healing that unit takes by 50% if you have 3 Assassins, or 100% if you have 6 Assassins. So that's a pretty powerful effect that Assassins got buffed by this patch. Uh-oh. Somebody's got a Beastmaster, and we just fed them a lot of kills with those little Eidolons. So that's unfortunate. So we do drop down here. We'll pick up we'll just buy everything here because we already have interest locked in. It doesn't really matter. If we hit something at 2-star, then that'll be great. And if not, we'll just sell back up to interest this turn. Ooh, double Venomancer. Sign me up. With that in mind, there's nothing else that we can upgrade at the moment. I'm just going to sell off. I don't think we're going to go Brawny. I don't think they're really
Try to pair me
right
up with
now.
positive people, okay?
We'll just hold on to these. That's a pretty good upgrade, that Venomancer. Still think our organization or formation's fine. Perfect. Still think the Chainmail should go on Tusk rather than Razor because Razor's value is ability, so I'd rather him get it just a touch faster. Maybe get that one killed. And the Venomancer coming up big. Venomancer dealing tons of damage on the fight. I don't need to use the reroll just yet, and may as well buy the extra Razor.
Ready to fight.
Although I highly doubt we're gonna run Wind Ranger. We might run Tiny. I think the Timber Saw idea is pretty much gone. I'm not really liking it. Here we have a chance to get up to 20 gold of interest, and I don't think we're gonna play with no real hunters to speak of. So let's just get up 20 gold here, and if we win this round, we can use our reroll next round once we level up to 5. So either we win or lose, we're going to get that reroll on level 5, which is a higher value because we have the higher odds of getting tier 3 units. Is always going to be a little bit better than at this point. But we do want our Enchantress to level. Alright, after Interest is locked in here, looks like we're going to win. Let's pick up Pudge for sure. He goes really well with this like Warrior, Warlock, Savage build. We can even pick up some mages as well, just to hedge into that possibility, although not really my favorite one to play at the moment. Okay, so we've leveled up. Let's throw in Shadow Fiend. Buy the Tusk, use the reroll. Not out there. I'm gonna get Bloodseeker. I think that's like really weak. Not really excited to play it. Get up to 20 gold. I don't think it's realistic to get up to 30 without selling off a ton of things, and I'm not really about that. Oh, Shadow Fiend's in a horrible spot. What is he doing there? Oh, oops. That was not the right spot for him. He should have been back behind the Tusk. But he gets a cast off pretty quick. And I guess if he doesn't die instantly, it's actually pretty good. He got a quick cast, got a quick heal. I think we're going to lose though. This one has lots of 2-star Warlocks. It's unfortunate. Okay. I want to pick up that Morphling. Probably not going to go towards 3-star Tusk. I don't. It's because like a 3-star worthy unit. We generally want to cut him by the late game anyway. There's another Morphling, so we could end up going towards this like Primordial Assassin type of thing. I'm gonna sell off Tusk. I'm gonna sell off nothing else. We'll just sit here at putting the Queen in. Sell off Shadow Fiend because I think Queen of Pain's better for this type of build. I can't get 30. Not without like completely committing one way or another, so I'd rather just keep my options a little bit open. Whether we want to go like Savages, Warriors, Warlocks, or this like Primordial Assassin agents. It's funny because either way we really want a Summoning Stone. It's the Primordial Summons, or we want Summoning Stone for things like Lycan and Venomancer, so Summoning Stone would just be the best option here if we could find it. Nope. Wolfram Grace is like decent for the Warrior, Warlock, Savage build, but pretty worthless in the Primordial build. I think I'll just take a safer pick of the Blink Dagger, which goes pretty decent into either. Okay, here we definitely get another Crystal Maiden, and that's pretty decent. I think I'm gonna sell off Enchantresses. Oh wait, I don't have a 2-star Tusk. Oh my god, I sold off Tusk earlier. That was silly. Alright, I'm gonna sell all this Enchantress.
No more.
I thought I was going towards 3-star Tusk for some reason. I thought we already had it 2-star. Oh, that was bad. I'm gonna lose this too. Losing streak. Let's use our reroll before it gets overwritten. There's another Tusk. So not gonna sell this Tusk off so willingly. No one else. Okay, never mind. Furman's is going towards a mage build, so let's see what's more open. There's the Tusk. Okay. Let's get rid of the Enchantress. We'll stay here on 32 gold. There's no immediate upgrade we could like reroll and just get. I guess we could reroll, get like a Witch Doctor. Then I would need to buy. I want to buy the Morph actually, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to reroll just yet. And if we win, I can use it on level 6 by pumping 5 gold into level.
Down arms so quickly.
I'm gonna pump. So I want to get up to eventually start grabbing some tier 4 units. Arc Warden goes into both these builds and is really strong, as well as just tier 4 units are always good. Okay, so we do win here. What are my alliances looking like? With this, I'm one away from this. I have to like cut. Yeah, that would be well, we're getting more towards like the Primordial mages, and there's a lot of competition out there for. I guess there's only like 2 people kind of competing for the Savages build. I'm gonna sell off those to get up to 40 gold. Just want to grab interest here. Actually, this person is a bit more like Bloodbound, although they do have like Memorials and Warriors, or sorry, Savages, Warriors, and Warlocks. The build is definitely strong enough and flexible enough that you can compete with 1 or 2 other people with it. But obviously, if you always prefer to be in a build that's tested. So we do win there, just barely, with just a single Plague Lord. Very nice, very nice. The bleed damage from the Venomancer was really clutch there. Just at the end. Ooh, Necrophos. Well, makes me feel a little bit silly for selling off the Pudge just a moment ago. I think there's a couple people going for Hunters, which I don't think are very strong right now. I think they're like I don't know, 6th or 7th best. They're playable, but not great. The strongest thing against Hunters is magic damage, actually, because they have very little magic resistance, very little defensive capability outside of perhaps like warriors in front of them, who just have armor, of course. So having burst magic damage in the form of AoE magic damage from this type of build is pretty strong against Hunters. Here we did get taken down by the Scrappy. That's a little rough. Actually, there's 3 people. That's crazy. It's really crazy. Could use my free reroll here before it disappears. Unfortunately, we didn't grab interest there because I was hoping that we were going to win to grab interest. Slark doesn't really go into this build. He doesn't do... Well, he doesn't go into like the Primordial Assassins type of build because he doesn't deal magic. He's a good unit. I'm just gonna sit here on 50 gold and pick up everything. Oh, it's a creep round. Oh man. This is the problem of trying to talk through everything while playing, is sometimes you make silly mistakes. I think we should still beat the creep round. We're still pretty darn strong. everybody. I want to pick up like these 3 units and then see where we go. I'm still open to the possibility of like heavier Savage Warrior Warlock build. Although of course we do have more towards Smuggler. I don't really like Big Time Contract that much anymore. Mainly because its best use was Arc Warden and he's been nerfed repeatedly. Nothing here to give me any direction. Here to give me direction, it's one of each. You know what, let's stick with this Primordial. So, well, at least sell off those Slarks and Husk. And we can still buy more. So here, still level 5. Guess they're, oh my god, that's a huge Beastmaster already. They got like 40 kills. Around 16, that's crazy. We'll probably cut them off. All these summons. This gave him 5 kills. We still haven't found like a 2-star Queen of Pain or any... Have I seen Vipers? If I've seen Vipers and not picked them, I feel like I might have missed a Viper. I would definitely want him. The Crystal Maiden and a Venomancer. Jeez, we're just getting like one of each. One towards each build. So I guess we're just gonna run double Venomancer for the moment. We use the free reroll here. Pick up the tiny. What to do in this weird situation? I think we don't have like HUD or I guess there's a starter in this pack we could pick up. I'll tell you what, I'm not a big fan of Queen of Pain coming into this late game and with like pretty much no chance of her 3-starring it. Because we don't have star. I'm gonna sell that off, buy the starter. That'll keep us open the possibility of going back and like grabbing Tide Hunters and Slarter and other warriors, because like it seems like we're at least contested on this other build. So there's also a double Pudge. It's like just back and forth and back and forth. Oh, do you want this? You want that? That's a second Morphling makes sense. I just don't know what's going on here. We're literally have like 2 halves of 2 completely different methods. And yet, I see one direction is gonna need work out more than the other. And this way, yeah. Crazy amounts of warlocks. Ooh. Quite a bit of a losing streak, down to 50 life. It's not good. We're still collecting like maximum interest, so I'm not. At least our economy's in good shape. We have pretty strong now. Another Venom here. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here. Don't know. I'm just gonna level up and put in, I think, another Razor. This cost me some interest, but like I said, we were in pretty good shape. I just want us to really stem the bleeding. That's like my main goal with that. That's why I'm trying to stem the bleeding at least a little bit. I just don't like 11 plus damage every turn. Still gonna lose here. Even with that level up, we've got crushed even harder with it. Without it. But now we can reroll at a higher level here. Get a pair of Necrophos. No. I feel like we're gonna get like 3-star Morphling, Razor, and Venomancer, and like they just don't work together. There's the Morphling, yeah. And a Tide Hunter. I don't know, we're so close to like Morphlings. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just hard commit to this. Get rid of like the Warriors and Warlocks thing. Maybe if we get a 3-star Venomancer and grab like a Summoning Stone here. Oh, we probably won't even. Assuming we beat this, there's like no chance of getting a tier 2 item. We might not even beat it. I don't know. Alright, well. Tidehunter and Dragon Knight. So we could play Tidehunter in this type of build. Still does magic damage, still does good CC effects, even if we're not running other warriors or scaled. Still pretty good, especially if he has a refresher orb. It's pretty sweet. Until we get him to 2-star though, I think I want to put it on a Morphling. I think that'll be a little bit better use of it. And now we're just going to try to get... I'm going to move away from these. Warriors, Warlocks, Savages. They were pretty good in the early game, but they're starting to fall off. Once we get other 2-stars to put in. Don't want to keep rerolling just yet. I think I want to stay here at level 8 and reroll quite a bit. We may not actually get Assassins together. We may just run like just Morphling as our only Assassin, and then we run Tidehunter and get our so that we don't play the typical Queen of Pain plus or Queen of Pain plus Viper. Just Dragon Knight instead, because we just are not finding Vipers. Ugh, been rerolling a lot here. Well, we haven't rerolled. Even leveling up then, I mean like most of our board 2-star, we're still losing pretty heavily. Another Razor. Warlord, not speed. Tidehunter. Tidehunter, really good. Put him up there with the Refresher Orb. Let's get rid of these Venomancers. There's a Viper as well. We want to move away from Tusk and Venomancer at some point here, and maybe it's actually better to just ditch them both right now, put in the 2-star Razor. I don't think I really want Pages. I don't think going to 6 moves for this current build, because it'll be hard to fit that in along with the Tidehunter and Earthlings that we want to play. It'll be hard to get up to all 6. Is our big carry here, and we're closing in on 3-star Morphling, so in good shape. Even though we're kind of being competed for on this build, I'll still be able to get some stuff up to 3-star. We're pretty close. Okay, there's Viper, so alright, I think it's time to ditch these Savages. And a Pump. Start out under? Maybe. Maybe. Completely unreasonable. Viper's like pretty much a tank, especially because he has the dragon bonus, which gives him magic resistance, and then you give him extra armor, so he's just like, he's pretty hard to kill. And he's just constantly pumping out damage by his Curse of Skin, plus his ability has a really short cooldown, so if he's tanky, he gets lots of mana. Really good. This person's got 3-star Axe. That's painful. How many kills does their Beastmaster have? 70? Oh, like guacamole. I don't know if I've had like a 70 kill Beastmaster at this point in the game. Certainly not if it's not Star. That's craziness. Well, we're still reasonable. We're still at 30 life. That's not 0. Alright. Tidehunter. There's 2-star Puck. There. Maybe we do go Sand King. Well, I kind of want to put in the Dragon Knight. Maybe we don't end up with 4 Primordials, because we don't have Summoning Stone, and like, we kind of just want to focus more on like magic damage, I guess. So like, if I want to put in 2 more units, obviously we're going to combine the Razor, combine the Morphling, so I can get, I guess that's 2 more slots for like Dragon Knight plus... Okay. Pretty reasonable. As a big Arc Warden. Oh boy. This is a real big arc ward, and luckily we killed one before they could all deal damage to us. Alright, 25, that's... Sure. I think we're... Well, do I even level up to 9? That's another question. If I level to 9, it costs quite a bit of gold. Probably not worth it. Probably not. I don't think I'm actually going to end up with 4 Primordial. We're just going to like ditch Tiny. We wouldn't even take an Arc Warden if we found it. I think the plan is just... We're still going to keep it tight. What would like getting an increased chance of finding damage? Would be a good addition. And just like one item. Which would be the Lich. I think we want to stay here until at least we get 3 stars we're looking for and like a couple of these things 2 star. We're just too low on life. I think I just gotta spend aggressively and reroll here. Well, if we get a 3-star Tide Hunt. Or a second Tide Hunter. Second 2-star? That would be kind of reason to level up. Then I can just throw it. There's a bracers for him. Okay. See where this is going. We get a second Tide Hunter. We would throw it in there with the bracers. Actually, I may just want to level up just because of that. Higher odds of getting that. Okay, let's do it. There's Razor combined. I can throw in Sand King. I can throw in Tide Hunter. I don't. Dragon Knight and a Sand King. Okay, let's sit like this. This Tide Hunter, until he's 2-star, doesn't really deserve to get the Pressure Orb / Braces of Desperation. We may not get towards 3-star Viper, that maybe is a little bit too far away. I think we do. Tie. Okay, I'll take a tie. Tie stems the bleeding. We don't take damage from the tie. Alright, so now we got pretty good odds of finding another Tide Hunter. We may not end up playing 3-star Viper. Hopefully still find the Morphling. Ooh, there's a Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight's gonna go in over one of the Morphlings. And let's give this bracers over to, I guess, or no, let's swap. Let's put this bracers over on. Wish I had like a damper Dragon Knight. Speed. Actually, oh, I should have just taken out the dirty Tide Hunter. I should have swapped this Morphling for this Tide Hunter 1-star. He actually did pretty good work right there, though. He got a pretty good stun, though. A second Morphling would also be nice, so yeah, let's just make that straight swap. Second Morphling. Actually, something. Oh, and Viper. I want to buy that. Viper 3-star is still possible. There's the Morphling. Let me think. At this point, if we combine... Yeah, so we want to combine Morphlings and then put in another 2-star Tide Hunter, and then that's pretty much our build. Unless we... Yeah, and then just try to get towards 3-star Viper, 3-star... 2-star Sand King, etc. I think we're relatively stable here. They still haven't found a 3-star Beastmaster. That is unfortunate. That is like a big appeal of the build, is getting a 3-star Beastmaster as soon as possible. And the fact they haven't found it yet is not good for him. They might still beat us. No, they're not. This Putty really takes it. Does not deal damage. Dragon Knight's untouched and just plowing away at him. Alright, so There's a chance we could come out with a win on this game. I think if we complete the build that we want to get, the Tidehunter, Sand King, Morphling upgrades, find those 3 upgrades, I think we're in really good shape. There's the Tidehunter. So let's put in Tidehunter, actually tied with the Bracers. So tied with the Bracers, tied with the Refresher, Morphling with that. Grab the next Viper, and obviously we have no more gold left to reroll, so it's in shape, I think. I'll still leave Morphling up front. He's got the Brooch, so he can cast pretty quickly. So 1 or 2 auto attacks hitting him. How many Ravages is that? That's so many Ravages, and I think we're still gonna lose. Oh my gosh, we're still gonna lose after 4 Ravages? Not even good enough. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. 4 Ravages, not close. So much stuns. Didn't matter. We did not get the damage output that we needed. Use your free reroll. There's the Sand King. It's a creep round, so I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Don't need to completely panic just yet. I mean, this is a really good build, but we're on the cusp of going out last. Luckily, we've got the Smuggler, so we should get a really good item here. It would take like another Refresher Orb, so that both Tides have real Refresher Orbs. Or actually, we need a damage item for 7. So. I have a Blink Dagger on a Tide, like stun their backline. Probably better than on the Sand King. Let's see, it's got 250 plus his Caustic Finale. He's only 150, so actually getting like a second Sand King may just be better. Ooh, oh, this is a tough one. All 3 of these are insane. I mean, Tombstone's like the best item in the game, but Moonshard's really good on Dragon Knight. I feel like I gotta take Tombstone. It's the best item in the game. I really wanted those other 2 options though. Really did. Okay, there's a Lich, who I think is just better than Puck, considering we already have the Dragon bonus elsewhere. I'm gonna sell off the Puck. Hopefully, we were trying to find them. Okay, so we've got Blink Dagger here. I think it's just better than Puck. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't actually know for sure. That was a tough run. I wish I could have taken all 3 of those items. Really wish I could have got all 3 items. Let's see what Peach is doing. She's got pretty substantial damage output. Sand King. Sand King with the was he got Bracers, right? He's doing a ton of work. And he has, I guess he has like passive regen, because he's healing, right? He was like just passively regenerating some health, and that barely kept him alive. That's crazy. Okay, snuck away with that one. And yeah, Lich did pretty good. I don't really think 3-star Tidehunter is realistic. I'll buy it. If we get it, then what? I just get a second, like, 2-star Viper, I guess? I guess I could have put the Puck back in if we had it. Oh well. Oh, so this is the lineup where the Tidehunter with Blink Dagger. Getting to stun their backline is pretty important. Pretty much kill these things off. Come on, get this Timber Saw down. I don't know if we're going to. Dragon Knight. Yes. Ah, Dragon Knight. And the Tombstone, really. Really saved the day there. And I guess the fact that Dragon Knight still has the Swift of Defiance is really what kept him alive this whole time. He definitely would have died to those Tinker Rockets without it. So, okay. I'm fine not putting a moon shard on him to keep him, you know, survivable like that. All right, that was good. That was good. All right. Still no 3-star Morphling. There's no one else who has Morphling. Furman's used to and then sold them off. Should find the Morph. Should find 3-star at some point here. That's scary. You're looking good. That's how the combos are supposed to work. Nice. Just layered all that CC perfectly with the double Refresher Ravage plus the Blink Ravage stuff. Too bad it was against the Ghost opponent. Otherwise we would have done for a big chunk. And they're the first place player. Well, it's good that we're like beating up on them, but it's bad that we didn't actually take a big chunk out of them. I don't need more Sand Kings. I'm still just like rerolling every turn just because the Morphling upgrade would be huge. There's another Tidehunter. Yeah, I'll lock for another Tidehunter. Hey, if we just get a monopoly on Tidehunters, is anybody else picking them up? No one else has Tidehunter. That's why we're finding so many. Alright, that's good. That's good for us. That target buddy's really annoying. Really annoying. Oh my god, our Refresh Orb Tidehunter didn't get cast. Uh-oh. I think we're dead. Oh no, that target buddy, it was just in the perfect spot and now we're dead. Oh, we took so much. How many 3-stars do they have? 5? Yep, 5 3-stars. Ugh, if that target buddy just in a different spot. Would have been so good. Wait, what? This person was not in the lobby. Why is there more? There was only supposed to be 6 people in here. Interesting. Okay, so the end game scoreboard seems bugged, but it says Larry the Lobster, who was definitely not in the game. Maybe it's just like a bot or something. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, how they code that, but in any case, so not quite the result we wanted. We were really close to 3-star on, you know, Morphling, Tidehunter, even Viper to an extent. I think the build was pretty good. Maybe if we kind of waffled a whole lot in the mid game and kind of had a losing streak because of it, maybe that dropped us a little bit too low, but still, 5 3-stars. Like, we were close to getting up to 3 or 4 3-stars, but they actually found them and didn't. So a little bit unfortunate there, but I like the new meta. I like the changes that they've made to kind of tone down the power level of like the 4-cost good stuff build. We still kind of see like the first place person here running it, you know, with Kunkka, Doom, but no Necrophos, no Alchemist, kind of like a hybrid hunter warrior build as opposed to just the warlocks, warriors and warlocks. So, and the increased power level of like 3-cost units because they're a little bit more common now in that 7 to 8, level 7 and 8. A little bit easier to find the 3-stars, like the person who knocked us out was able to do. So I like the new developments in the meta. It's a ton of fun, and I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned a little bit, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.